Okay, first drive in the car. I'm gonna head back to the island. We're on 14.1.3, the latest build. Under here, software here. 14.1.3, and oh, I didn't tell it where to go, so it's parking. Okay. So I guess, well, I did summons it, but I didn't tell it where to go. So it's going to park. So let's see what happens if I tell it to go again. Okay. It's going the other way. Is it going to go to another parking spot? If I'm in a parking lot and I don't tell it where to go, is it just going to go look for parking spots? Undoubtedly, yes. It's going to keep switching parking spaces. Okay. Let's try again. So if you're in a parking lot and you just engage full self-driving, it just goes and looks for, and it's going to the space next to it. Okay. Let's give it one more attempt here. Start self-driving and let's see where it goes. If it's going to do the same thing. I decided to stay in the parking lot. Let's try this again. Really? You're going to keep switching parking spaces? Okay. That's kind of, it's kind of interesting, but yeah, okay, if I want to keep changing spaces, that's, I guess that's what I can do when it gets to a space and pulls into a handicapped spot. I just engage again, let it choose a different spot. Navigate to the Holiday Inn Beach Resort, South Padre Island. Of course, that was after a smart summon, so who knows. Let's re-engage here. And I thought that was interesting. If I pull up this, I don't see any blue dots anywhere showing anything new. But right now we're in chill mode, so we should have standard mode, hurry, Mad Max, and I think that's it. So we do have the Mad Max now. Oh, it concentrated the windshield wipers there on the camera area. That was interesting. I've never seen it just keep the windshield wipers in that one area like that. So it undoubtedly decided it needed to clean the cameras. Probably did the front camera as well, I'm not sure. Looks like it's a little wet, so maybe it did. I do know in previous versions it'll wash the windshield itself every now and then if it felt it needed to, but only when it stopped, never when it's moving. And the same thing back there. It wasn't moving, but it went and washed. With all the driving I do, especially if I go through Louisiana and what have you, all the bug splatters, I would hope it would wash while driving too, if it finds it needs to. We're in a 40-mile-per-hour zone. We're on chill, and it's doing 42, which I feel is appropriate. We'll have to see how this does when I get on the island. But I don't expect it to be any different than before. Nothing that would be recordable. I think it'll handle the little braking and stuff every now and then a lot smoother. I'm hoping. Now, just to recap, if you haven't seen my videos before, this one here is a 2026 Tesla Model Y I've had for 4 months and 1 week now, and I am already at 49,584 miles on this car. I am currently running FSD 14.1.3. We started 14.1 a couple weeks ago, and then got 14.1.1. Didn't get .2, but then got the .3. I'm not sure why I was skipped on the .2, but that's okay. Like I say, that many miles in 4 months, I drive a lot. And my Model 3 I've had for 3.5 years. That one I have 360,000 miles on that. That one replaced my previous Model 3, which was a Standard Range Plus, that I brought in April of 2020. That one I'd put 180,000 miles on it, and it got in an accident in 2022, and the insurance company declared it totaled, even though it wasn't technically totaled. It was easily repairable, but a body shop that had it, Rio Grande City, a body shop, R&R Collision up there, kept saying there was no total amount, so they kept wanting to tack things on. They want to repaint the entire car to make it look like it was brand new again. So they had got the $8,000 repair up to $39,000, and the insurance company called it total. And the body shop was like, "What?" So I can't recommend the body shop. They would not do what I wanted done. I just wanted the car fixed. I didn't want the entire car repainted. I needed my car back on the road so I can get to making money. But they only do things their way. And they only let the car go out when they think it's good. This is not a car that's being financed. It was paid for. There's no bank note on it. There's nothing. It's just fix it and let me get back to what I was doing. But they kept tacking things on. Very frustrating. But it's not like I had much of a choice back then. There was no other authorized body shops. my replacement Model 3, a few months after I had it, somebody ran a red light and just hit the rear left, right near the charge port there, and kind of damaged the charge port door. I brought it up here to McAllen to a place called Paints, Dents, and More. They did a good job going through everything really quick and ordering everything they needed. They fixed it temporarily to keep it so I can actually charge the car. Had to kind of adjust the things so I can plug the charger in. And they got the parts on order, so they spent a few hours going over things and Jimmy fixing that for me, and I continued to drive until they got all the parts in, and then they had me drop the car off and they got it back to me in like 2 days. Very good job there. I really appreciate what they did. Unlike the other place that had the car for months. So yeah, there are more places now that are handling Teslas, and that's thankful, and they're doing a better job. It's a shame that Tesla doesn't do body work on their own cars. Hopefully, like I said, since that accident, that was 2022. So that was in the early days of FSD. The car did try to avoid him, but it wasn't anything I could have done. There was a car to the right of me, and I was driving straight, and he just made a left turn on red, and just clipped the back of my truck. He didn't judge his distance, or clipped the back of my car. He didn't judge his distance. And he tried to tell the police that I was turning with him. I was in the outside lane turning left as well, and that I caused the accident. And thankfully for Tesla's dash cam, it showed what exactly happened, and the guy couldn't argue that he actually ran the light. Okay, my car's trying to get over that semi-truck. Okay, it's gotten in front of the semi-truck, which is good. It is still kind of, not accelerating a lot, but I do have it in chill mode. We do have some road work going on here, so it'd be interesting to see how the car handles this. I don't think the route I need to go is open. I need to go east to Harlingen. I don't know if they're working on that ramp or what they're doing. It might be open, I don't know. The 2 lanes over there that I would take, they have those cones blocking it, so I think it might be closed for some unknown reason. But the car is still trying to see if it can get over. It's looking, it should be seeing these cones. It should not try to get over. It's not trying to get over, which is good. Okay, now it is open, so they just had that section closed. That's good. It is getting over, even though it's a solid line. It went across it because it knew it had to. This really is not anything new. This is what 13 did. 13, like I said, it's been very solid. But yeah, I mean, my first Model 3 was a standard range plus, and I started doing the beta of the full self-driving, and I put 180,000 miles on that one. Then my replacement Model 3 is a long range with performance boost. I have 360,000 miles on that one. 99% of that is all on full self-driving, one version or another. And now I have the new Model Y, where I have 49,000 miles on it. If you add that up, I've done over 500,000 miles on full self-driving. I had transferred my full self-driving from my Model 3 long-range performance to this one. I've only put about 90 miles on that one since I got this car. I can't see paying monthly for full self-driving when I don't, paying $1 a mile basically. It'd be nice, like I keep saying, if Tesla would offer a daily FSD rate. Say if I put my car on Turo and rent it out, if I have a customer who wants to use full self-driving and he's only going to rent the car for 2 days, I would love to be able to give him an option and pay for 2 days of full self-driving, like $10 a day, and have it engaged, or enabled while he's driving it, so they can experience full self-driving on an older car. That'd be a nice feature if Tesla would do that. I've also thought of other things, what would happen if Tesla, using their surplus inventory and what have you, started renting cars? Instead of going to Hertz or Enterprise, you go to Tesla. Yes, I know Hertz bought a bunch of Teslas to rent out. But why couldn't Tesla do that themselves? And then, recoup the cost of producing that car through renting it and then sell it used. Think about it. Someone comes in and rents a Tesla for a while, they come to return it, they can be prompted with an option to buy that Tesla. Shoots, I hate to say it, someplace like the island, South Padre Island, they can just park a couple of Teslas at different hotels and just have them there for rent. They've done that for demo drives. I've seen Teslas parked there where you just scan a QR code and take it for a demo drive. Why not have that same option for renting it? Yes, robotaxi will be great, but in areas like this, it'll be a while before we see a robotaxi service around here. Even though me driving the 14.1.1 and .3 now, how well it does, yeah, it could work as a robotaxi. But for areas where it's not available, have it out there for rent. And if it's at a hotel, maybe the person doesn't want to rent the car for a day. Maybe they only want to rent it for a few hours. I mean, we already have all these places on the island that have golf cart rentals. And then we have these Hummer-looking vehicles that are fairly expensive to rent. But, if you're in a hotel and you go to the front counter and you're like, I'm having a hard time finding an Uber. It's like, well, there's a Tesla there you can rent and drive to your restaurant and come back. When you're done. Or go to your dolphin cruise. And you could have the option of just renting it one way, like, hey, let's just take it one way and leave it there, and somebody else can go and rent it from there to go back somewhere, or it can just go back to the hotel. If they would allow the full self-driving unsupervised. Like a robo-taxi. It's just a thought. I do see over at SpaceX we got lots and lots of Cybertrucks over there. Quite a few. Okay, so right now we're on chill mode, and it seems to want to kind of favor like 2 miles over the speed limit. If I pump up to standard, what's it going to do? Yeah, don't want to speed too fast as we pass the sheriff officer here. But yeah, standard seems to be doing 5 miles over the speed limit. Now the question is, if I scroll down to chill, will it back down rapidly? Let's go down to chill. And yes, it did. It went down to 72 miles per hour fairly rapidly. Now that I'm more comfortable with. That gives me a little bit more of a control over the speed. Now, how it's going to do in a 30 mile per hour, that's a different question. I'll have to find out on the island. Like I always say, I would really love to have one more setting in the car to do a low power mode, a low consumption mode that would really back down on the accelerator, get these watt hours way down. Another thing that I was trying the other day, when I was trying to go to a destination and I did not quite have enough to get there, where the car is telling me I need to stay around 64 miles or 62 miles per hour to get there, to make it to my destination. Full self-driving is still doing 75, 76. If it's in full self-driving and the car knows it's not going to reach its destination if you're exceeding a certain speed, the full self-driving should take care of that so that people don't get stranded. Which I say throw into sloth mode and have the sloth mode monitor that and handle that. If we want to go ahead and push it, then let us go ahead and increase it to standard or something. But yeah, chill seems to be, at least on the interstate here, favoring 2 miles over the speed limit. So if I go back to standard, it should go up to about 5 miles over the speed limit. And remember, you don't have to use the scroll wheel. You can either touch the screen and choose it, or hit the accelerator. If you hit the accelerator, it will adjust up. Okay, so we're in standard mode, 5 miles over the speed limit. Yes, I know I'm paying the road, but I'm also trying to look at my speed. So if I go to hurry mode, how fast over will it go? It's 79, 80. So it's going 10 miles over. Okay, that's comfortable. It's not going up to 85. So I'm going to go back down to chill. Freeway close. All traffic must exit. Okay, this is going to be fun. We're coming up to the freeway being closed for some reason. So let's see how the car handles this. Freeway closed ahead. Not sure why it's closed. I'm not sure where it's closed at. Left lane closed ahead. Is it closed? Or are they just getting ready to close it? All traffic must exit. Okay. The car doesn't read signs. Saying all cars must exit, but that exit is closed. No, that on-ramp is closed. Okay. Of course, the car doesn't read signs, so it doesn't know that the left lane is closed up ahead. We haven't seen any barriers or anything yet. Now we're seeing they're doing striping work. I don't think they closed it yet. They're getting ready to. Looks like they got all the cones ready to move out. They're paving. Got the trucks lined up ready to go. Even the other side as well. So it's not quite closed yet, so didn't really get to test that. Heading back to the hotel, got another hour to go. I'm kind of hungry, but I don't know what I feel like, and that's the sad thing. Choices are kind of limited. problem. I've been sitting in this car for 10 to 14 hours every day. I don't get time to sit down and cook or anything. I wind up eating fast food all the time, and it's not good. It gives you a hell of a belly. Hard to lose. So, let's see. Let's try Mad Max. We're in a 70. It's accelerating pretty fast here. Mad Max is doing 77 in a 70. 78 is going to go to 85, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 'Seems to be holding at 83, but we are coming up on a vehicle. We'll go 84. Okay, so yeah, it looks like Mad Max will go up like 15 over the speed limit. So, or 14 at least. So let's drop down back to hurry mode, and I can feel it slow down. So it's dropping down to 82, coming down to 80. It's nice that when I drop it down to chill, it actually aggressively and not overly aggressively slows down. I like that a lot better. Thank you, Tesla. Now, in adverse bad weather, you know, it'd be nice to see, you know, how that handles better. Under Autopilot, we see advanced smart summons. I don't know if we have the banish yet. I don't see any, you know, icon indicating that there's a new feature. But it'll be nice to finally get banish. But we still need an option there somewhere to specify if we can use a handicapped parking space or not. That's why. It sees an emergency vehicle behind us, so it's slowing down. It sees the emergency, it's pulling over. Okay. So it's pulling over for the ambulance. Very good. That little jerk back there was kind of unexpected, but yeah, it saw the emergency vehicle. It's still kind of braking kind of funny with the emergency vehicle in front of us now. But you see very few people actually pulling over. I kind of worry about it pulling over onto the shoulder like that because there's a lot of debris and stuff on these shoulders. But I don't see any indication on the screen of the emergency vehicle or what have you. That's why I say it'd be nice if we can have like a little monitor there showing us what the car is focusing on or what it's reacting to. Like when it started pulling over there, it'd be nice. It would just throw up a little video that it was focusing on the emergency vehicle. So we don't have a doubt or we don't have to figure it out. The same, you know, if the car starts, you know, braking and we think it's phantom braking, give us a visualization of why you're braking. Oh, that car is coming to my lane. Just show us on the camera.
what you're looking at and what caused you to make that decision at that time. I don't think that'd be too much overhead. I really don't. If not a camera visualization, just highlight the car. I mean, it used to do that. You know, whenever a car was a reason for it, it would be a different color in the earlier builds. Bring that back. But then you're depending on that it's a car. It could be trying to dodge something in the road, a pothole or something. So, you know, I think giving us a vision of what the car is looking at and why it's making this decision would be handy. Or I wouldn't say handy, it'd be something that would give us a little more peace of mind. Like for Chuck Cook, when he was testing with the motorcycle, and he wasn't sure if the car was going to actually go or not, or if it was waiting. And if the car was just moving up ahead to get ready to go, that's what it could have been doing. It could have been going up forward more, getting ready to go, but it may have still waited for the motorcycle to pass first and go behind the motorcycle. If it will give a visualization of the camera watching that motorcycle, to let us know that it does see the motorcycle and it is making its decision on the status of that motorcycle. That would be a nice little feature. I'm a small YouTube channel. Not many people watch my videos. If this idea gets to Tesla, I don't know. Odds are, you know, maybe somebody might hear this. Then next thing I know, somebody else, Homar's catalog, brings up what I say, and all of a sudden everybody praises him for coming up with the idea. It's like, yeah, thanks. It wouldn't be the first. I've had that happen quite a bit in my entire life, you know. Somebody else takes credit for your idea just because you didn't pursue it. So let's see here. We've had the car clean its own windshield to see better out the cameras. We have had it react to an emergency vehicle. I don't know, what else special has the car done so far tonight? Oh, we experimented with all the different modes, and yes, it's nice that it is actually slowing down more. And I want to see what it's like going through Los Fresnos. Los Fresnos is speed trap down. I usually tend to put it on sloth mode to get it down to the speed limit. But if it will stick at 2 miles over the speed limit, that will be okay. So I might be able to just leave the car in chill. And I'm pretty sure the next version we're going to see later after Mad Max would be Thunderdome. And, you know, one of my suggestions is Waterworld for, you know, really bad weather when the water's really deep. I mean, I hit roads that get really flooded where I've been in water halfway up the sides of the door. All honesty, I don't think you should go over 6 miles per hour going through that water. I see so many people trying to go through it as fast as they can, usually gas vehicles, but they get wind up flooded out. They're trying to get through and get to the other side. And a Tesla is going to just pull those panels off the bottom. I've had my Model 3 in water, with the water's coming up over the hood, doing only 5 or 6 miles per hour through it, no issues. I don't recommend it. I've had to do it a few times because of the weather conditions and having to get somewhere and didn't have a choice. It's wild when you get flooded roads and you have to get around. And like I said, that's in my Model 3. And it's 360,000 miles, original battery. Battery's at 72% capacity. And it is driven through flooded water on more than one occasion. Now, I don't live in the kindest environments for any vehicle. Living on South Padre Island at nighttime, you get all this spray from the ocean, all that salt over time just built up. And like I said, I'm okay. We're going to go and do it. Stop at Whataburger, Los Fresnos. So we're going to tell it Whataburger. Now, it'll be nice. I'm going to a restaurant. It knows I'm going to a fast food restaurant. I can click here, and we have parking lot. It'll park in the parking lot or curbside. It'll be nice to have one more drive-through and let it handle the drive-through. Now I noticed on 4.1 and 4.11 going to someone's house to pick them up, the car actually, they live in a gated community, it actually pulled up to the touchpad where I can enter the code and waited. Now, one particular time I was rolling down the window and I was trying to look up the code real quick, and it started backing up and trying to go a different route because I didn't finish or didn't hurry up and put the code in. Tesla, if you watch my video, what would be nice is let's key on the window. If you pull up to a keypad where I need to enter a code and I lower that window, stay there until I raise the window. Give me time to get that code in there. Same for a toll booth or a border checkpoint. I'm going through a border checkpoint and the guard's speaking to me. Stay there until I roll the window up. They may be checking ID, so they might walk away with my ID. Don't proceed when they walk away. Stay there. So, yeah, I would like to see a drive-through mode, and I would really like to see a car wash mode. I mean, we could put in car wash mode, but let's have it so that, for me, I go through drive-through car wash. Why not have the guard pulled up? Why not it see that it's in a particular car wash? And we can use, geofencing like I do when I go to the bank. It automatically folds the side view mirrors in because I have that location geofence for the side view mirrors. Have car wash mode geofence, so it knows that I'm at a regular car wash. And if it's the one that has the rollers that pull the car through, then yeah, know where to get at a certain point and put it in neutral. And then automatically put it in dry when it comes out. That's not necessary, but you know, it would be kind of nice to have that feature. Now we're coming up to our exit, going to Los Fresnos. I did see some lights. The ambulance is turned off, but it looks like they have something going on up here. I don't know if Los Fresnos is closed. Okay, the road is closed to Los Fresnos. So what is the car going to do? The car is going to go ahead and proceed. Very good. Not sure why the underpass is closed. So we are now going a different route. Yeah, it handled it just fine. It saw that it couldn't turn there, so it kept going. I think it's going to try to reroute around. It didn't get back on the interstate. It looks like it's going to do a loop around here. So now we have, you know, a road closed, and it handled it fine. The emergency vehicle lights were there. It didn't pull over to the side and stop because it saw emergency vehicle lights. So it was aware of the situation and understood the situation. In 4.1 and a couple times in 4.11, there would be a police car on the other side of the road, and there'd be a median there, and it would still pull over on my side of the road for a few seconds and then proceed. Why? The police car is doing a traffic stop over there and stops someone. Why pull over on my side when they're on the totally opposite side? So let's see if this circling around is going to fix it, be okay. I don't know why they have the underpass blocked. I don't know. Unless they're going to work on the underpass. But if they're going to work on the underpass, underneath the underpass, and he is turning on the outside of that lane, that is just, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. He's frustrated. He doesn't like that I stop at a stop sign. Okay. It is a two-way stop basically there. And it wanted to make sure that car was going to stop. And what's the sign here? Ramp closed ahead. So the ramp is closed, can't get back on the interstate here. So I don't know. So they're getting ready to get everybody off the. Yeah, it does look like they're doing some work on that ramp, on that overpass. So. But yeah, the car handled the rerouting all by itself. Zero intervention by me. Even this guy deciding to, you know, turn on the outside lane. My car is slowing down because there's a merge, so he's letting this truck get in. Truck is taking its time, but the car is being polite. The truck is in front of us to begin with, so we should let him in. I wonder what I'd do if I was in Mad Max mode. I said, there are emergency vehicles up here. Is the car going to react to those emergency vehicles? Lights. It would appear like it's not. Now the emergency vehicle lights are behind us, but stationary. So it's handling those a lot nicer. Because sometimes I will pass something like that in the 14.1 and it'll pull over, even though it's behind us, and not moving. Kind of annoys people who might be following me, trying to figure out why the car did that. I don't do any stress testing videos. I don't have these particular routes that I know that are extremely tricky and difficult, that I put the car through all of its paces. I just am recording my daily drives, or whenever I have time to record them. Like right now, I'm heading back to the island, so I'm just recording right now. And tomorrow when I go pick someone up, I'll record on the way to pick someone up and what have you. Yeah, some of them are very tricky. Some of them are very interesting. I have a video of 4.11 handling the Clayton's Beach Bar parking lot. I haven't uploaded it yet. I'm still trying to find time to work on it because I'm sitting in the car 10 to 14 hours a day trying to make a little bit of money off of Uber and Lyft. It's 9:30 at night. I have been driving since 5 o'clock this morning. So it's been a very long day, and the money just isn't what it should be anymore. Uber and Lyft, both of them, they say they're not taking much, but whatever extra fees they're paying for now is really cutting into what we see. And I really get annoyed with Medicaid, Medicare, go-go grandparents, and a few other services like that that use Uber and Lyft for their transports, because those services don't tip. None of them tip. Even when a customer has his secretary at his office book a ride for him on those corporate accounts that they use for their employees on Lyft in situations like that, they don't have an option to tip. And with both the platforms taking so much more money, or regulatory fees taking so much more of a cut, you kind of start depending on the tips. Okay, there's a reservation request for $3.72 for 8 a.m. tomorrow. I am not taking any reservations that cheap, because it makes you get there 20-25 minutes early and wait for the customer. It's not worth that. It's wasting my time to sit there for 20 minutes waiting for their reservation time to give them a ride. I mean, that's ridiculous. And it's from Weslaco to Weslaco. I mean, just a few blocks. It's a very short trip. But I'm sorry, trips like that, order it when you're ready to go. Don't do a reservation. And the worst thing is, I'm rejecting it because it's too short. But if I'm in the area and nobody took it, it would actually route that to me an hour before the scheduled ride and make me sit there for an hour for that, which I wind up canceling those, and then I get dinged for canceling them. Sorry, I don't mean to complain. The other ride I have tomorrow that's actually a scheduled ride is actually way up here in Raymondville. And it's going to McAllen. The pay really isn't there for an hour drive. But to get there, I have to drive over an hour and a half to get there. I still have that in there. I haven't canceled it. It's only paying $31. But the pickup time is at 8:30, or the go online time is 8:30 in the morning. The pickup time is at 9:05, and drop off is around 9:58. I'm hoping I get a ride to the airport earlier in the morning that way. But like I say, with the way the Allen's so slow, and we're coming up to the Whataburger, I do have to set as a curbside because it doesn't know that we're going to the drive-thru, and I don't want to go parking. And the Whataburger, okay, they're so slow. That's what I hate. They make everything fresh. They're open 24 hours a day, but it just takes so long, even the drive-thru. See here, it's coming curbside, but it is actually parking. No, it's coming over here. Correction. It's stopping here as curbside, so it's not in a parking space. Okay, that's acceptable if I'm dropping someone off. But I want to go through the drive-thru. So I'm having to take over here at the drive-thru. And I'm not sure what I want at the Whataburger. Free kids meal. No, I don't want a Dr. Pepper shake.
Baby should Whataburger try the Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich?
Yeah, let me go ahead and try that as a combo with the Coke.
With a Coke?
Yes.
I got you. Anything else, sir?
That'll do it.
Okay, it's gonna be 12:11. I'll wait for it, sir.
Thank you. I kind of felt like a hamburger, but I don't know what. So I just tried the Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich. But yeah, this is slow, so I'm going to actually end the video here. And since I might be sitting here for a while, then I'm going to eat my sandwich as I drive. So I may start filming afterwards again. I don't know. Thank you. Like and subscribe would be nice.